This is Attorney Mike Grevin coming to you from Chicago as usual. And today I've got a fun one. I took some selected bits from Judge Lynise Bryant's recent call, and she always delivers. She's just full of personality as usual. And I thought most of this was fun. We kick it off with a lot of cat herding, but there are a couple of cases, and it ends up with a little discussion of medical marijuana. And I can see from the chat that you guys are aware Judge Bryant is not a big fan of medical marijuana. So let's get this party started.
Okay, so I am ready. This is a matter that was on the court's docket for the 1:30 trial yesterday. Ms. Ritter, will you do me the honor, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Calling case number 210-448-8901. The people of the state of Michigan versus
Hold
Joe.
on once. Oh, yeah, she's here. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The people of the state of Michigan versus Joe Nathan LaShore. Defendant is charged with count 1, operating with a high BAC. Count 2, operating while intoxicated. Appearances, please.
Look at her. She's gonna say that part too. She liked to do this job. I guess I should have asked the question. Is your client coming, Mr. Clayton, or no? I mean, I would waive his presence just for the adjournment. But if he was planning on coming, you have to unmute yourself. Mr. Eccles, that's not a good screen picture of you with a whatever that is hanging out your mouth. So you might want to just keep your video on, because that's not going to give me a good image. I don't know what you're.
Oh, no,
No. Listen to me. It's not requiring a conversation. I don't know what you're appearing for today, but when I see that picture with you with some just hanging out your mouth, it doesn't put me in a good place. So you might want to just keep your camera on. I'm going to put you in the waiting room, but you might want to just keep your camera on so that I don't see that picture when I bring you out of the waiting room. All right?
Can I speak? Can I speak?
No, you can't, sir, because I'm just telling you what I'm giving you some good advice right now. I'm going to put you in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Now,
I've first of all, I found it charming. She lets the prosecutor, who I like a lot, that Christina Ritter, call the case, which is a little strange, but there's nothing wrong with it. And she's sort of mentoring her, and it's sweet to see. And then I really like the line, "It's not requiring a conversation." You go, Judge.
listen here, Mr. Anderson, please don't let somebody help you that's in the bed. If they're going to help you, they need to get out of the bed. We are live on YouTube and we are in court. Don't let somebody help you that's in the bed. This is court. We're in court. Okay, I'm going to send, this is case number 115647902, the people of the state of Michigan. I know I'm going to mess up your name. Please forgive me, and I'm going to just spell it. A-B-U-B-A, excuse me, A-B-U-B-A-K-R is the first name. Middle name is Almuta, A-L-M-U-T-A. Last name Eccles. Defendant is charged with, I don't know, something utility under $500. What is the charge, Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, I'm looking at the
register. Okay.
No, the document.
Public utility fraud.
I mean, the docket. Say that again, Mr.
It's public utility fraudulent use under 500.
Okay, thank you. So that means Ms. Ritter doesn't have her file. All right, public utility fraud under $500 or use or illegal use or something. And today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And Rad Murad, PA 3665 on behalf of Mr. Abubakar Eccles. Mr. Eccles, can you please unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please?
Abubakar Eccles.
Mr. Murad, why did you know how to say it so smoothly? Because you spoke to him in the breakout and asked him?
Actually, I didn't, Judge. Ms. Stevenson spoke to him. His name is actually one of the Prophet Muhammad in Islam's best friend, I believe.
I mean, this is so cute. She can't piece it together. It is a strange name from her perspective and mine. I get it, but I mean, piece it together, Judge. I think this attorney's Muslim, and so is his client. I don't know. She's charming.
The first Khalid.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So you
first
just gonna put me on blast like that? Like she don't know nothing about Islam.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, no, I don't. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I don't, and I never heard of them. And so thank you for thank you for being for. I mean, because you said it's so smooth. So I guess that would be like me knowing how to pronounce all the names in the King James Bible. Okay. Today is the day set for pretrial. How are we proceeding?
Judge, at this time, I'm asking the court to dismiss the matter for a corporate complainant's failure to appear today.
Who is the corporate complainant? DTE?
Judge, it's a company that provides water, stream, electric, gas, or propane gas meter belonging to a water, stream, electric, gas company.
The Detroit Water Board?
Or propane gas dealer. That's according to the statute. All I have is the register of actions, so I don't have the JIS. I would have to defer to Madam Clerk.
That's a good argument, Mr. Murad, though. That's a good argument.
I thought so.
Miss Ritter, you don't have your file, do you?
Thank
No,
you.
Judge, I
Freshman.
actually obtained some information from our system, and according to the system, it is DTE as a corporate complainant. However, there's a complainant witness involved as well. So I did try to reach out to the complainant witness and was not able to get in contact with
How
the
was there a
complainant.
complaining witness involved? So they were allegedly like taking somebody else's utilities, or they put some utilities in somebody else's name?
Correct, Judge. That's correct.
But the complainant would still be DTE, in my opinion. I don't have even though somebody may use my name, I would be a witness for DTE. I mean, I would be a witness, but
Watch Christina Ritter's face here. She doesn't quite agree with the judge. It's very charming, but she's not liking where the judge is going with this.
I don't think I could be the complainant. You don't agree?
I do and I don't.
Oh, you do if it works in your favor, and you don't if it don't work in your favor.
No, Judge, not at all. But I mean, that'll be correct, Judge. So the complainant witness would probably be DTE, but I still argue that we would need the
other witness.
Yeah,
You
the
couldn't
other witness.
proceed,
That'll be a necessary witness.
You couldn't proceed.
Correct.
Technically.
Correct, Judge.
Well, yeah, because I guess that would be a necessary witness to say they didn't give the person permission.
Permission, exactly.
All
So,
right.
based
But
off that,
either way, neither one of those people are present. Now there is a galaxy in the waiting room. You haven't been in touch with the complaining witness?
All right, this galaxy in the waiting room just haunts her the entire call. I'm going to tell you right now because there's several clips about him coming up and they're funny, but to this moment I do not know who the galaxy in the waiting room is, but you'll see. This guy really gets on her nerves.
No, I have not, Judge. I reached out to the number that I had on file and I was not able to get in contact with anybody.
Do you want me to bring in the galaxy to see?
Yes, please, Judge.
What's
Just to
the
do my
name?
due diligence.
What's the name of the there we are in the new year, Mr. Murad, with that due diligence. What's the name of the complainant?
Michael Lynch.
All right, we'll see if this galaxy is Mr. Lynch. And
It's
then there's a telephone in the breakout room. Child, whoever this is on this galaxy are inappropriate and don't know how to come to court. I'm not going to be able to do it. They're going to have to go. Ooh. Okay. I can't leave this person on my screen. It's no telling what they may do. Do we want to go into the breakout room and see if that person on the phone is, and then he just tied his do-rag like so nicely instead of taking it off. Sir, you can't. Okay, Miss Ritter, do you want to go into that breakout room with Mr. Murad and you all can see if that's the complainant?
If the court allows, Judge, please.
Yes, you go to breakout room number 1 while I figure out what's going on with this galaxy.
Okay.
All
Judge,
right.
do you want me to go?
Yes, go with her. Because I don't want her to accuse of saying anything to a defendant.
And she's always on top of her stuff. So that's it. You don't, if it happens to be a defendant, they don't know who it is. But if it happens to be a defendant, they want the attorney there. So the defendant can't say, oh, the prosecutor did a bunch of stuff to me when I wasn't around or represented, which makes sense. But still, it's not, as far as I can tell, but it's still hilarious.
I wish you could hear me, Galaxy. I wish you could hear me. But you don't have sound. I wish you could hear me.
Can you hear me?
I mean, was that Mr. Eccles? Because why would you care if I could hear you when I'm not trying to talk to you at this moment? Let me send him a message. How do you spell do-rag? And then he just gonna lay down. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, let's see. All right, I'm assuming that is not the complainant.
It was not, Judge.
All right. Then today is the date set for pretrial conference. This is at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference.
And thank you.
The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and dismiss the matter without prejudice, noting that neither DTE nor the essential witness, neither one of those have appeared today. And so the court is going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. So, Mr. Eccles, that means that if I guess he didn't read, I'm removing him. He didn't read my note and I can't. That means that if they are able to contact the witnesses, they can reissue the case. If at this point the court is going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. Mr. Murad, I assume we have contact information for Mr. Eccles. This is case number 194623801, the people of the state of Michigan versus, I think it's Erica LaShawn Black. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And Rad Murad, PA 3665, I believe on behalf of Miss Arkia Black. Miss Black, can you please correct us and state your name for the record?
Arkia Black.
See, I was trying, let me say this. I thought let me tell y'all.
Frankie is trouble.
I was going to try to be fancy and say Arkia Black, but then I said, no, that's probably a fancy way to say Erica. So I went with that, trying to be up on stuff, and I wasn't. Okay. Well, nonetheless,
Okay.
Today is the day set for pretrial conference for Miss Arkia Black. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the defense is making a motion to dismiss for complainant's failure to appear.
Even though Miss Black was just up there laughing when I was doing that other case. I saw you.
I
saw you. Miss Ritter.
Your Honor, I believe this case was arraigned because there was a capias back in March of 2021, and the complainant witness actually appeared back in February 2021. So we're going to ask the court to deny defense counsel's motion.
Ma'am, that's a whole year ago.
I understand, but it was a capias, so.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me restate my rule. I'm going to give you a chance today. I may. Let me think about it. Since she capias, I'm going to think about it. The rule is, if the complaining witness has appeared, if there's a capias and the complaining witness has appeared, wait, let me get my words together on this wonderful Friday. If the defendant capiases and then they reappear within 6 months, the complainant does not have to appear. However, if the defendant reappears after 6 months, then I do like the complaining witness to appear because 6 months has gone by and I need to know if they still want to proceed. So I'm going to, Mr. Anderson, I think when you were just in that breakout room, they gave you some instructions. I think they did, but I wasn't in there. But I would appreciate it if you would follow the instructions that I think they gave you and the instructions that I gave you when I opened up court. Ms. Ritter, I'm going to give you a brief adjournment just because it's the new year and you might have forgot the rules, but a year is a long time to go past for the complaining witness to have shown up and then the case has been in warrant status. So I'm going to, I need the complainant to show up. Okay.
Understood, Judge.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Secret Squirrel.
All right. So I'm going to give a brief adjournment. That brief adjournment is going to be February 4th. The complaining witness must appear. I'm going to set that at 8:35 this time. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have an explanation, a valid explanation for the failure to appear. When I say valid explanation, how did Ms. Wilkerson get in the waiting room? When I say valid explanation, I mean, you know, they're hospitalized, they're on a ventilator, they are like not, they have a vacation because it's Zoom, it's on Zoom. Okay. All right. Then we are all set until February 4th, Miss Black, Arkia Black. All right. So come back that day. And if the complainant doesn't appear, then the matter will be dismissed. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that galaxy had on that headscarf and stuff, right? Okay. So I'm going to send Mr. Esom to a breakout room number 4. Here's that galaxy. It's not going to work out for me. Okay. This is Mr. Murad. Can you go into also breakout room number 2 to see if you can get that galaxy operational?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm ready on Esom. I apologize. So Mr. Esom.
Okay, so that was just a lot of the craziness. I watched a lot of the call, not all of it, and it was long. These are selected bits, but I never figured out what the deal's with the Galaxy. The attorney, that defense attorney Murad, who's really good, and he's the defense attorney here when we get into the medical marijuana stuff, and that's where we are right now. He does a fantastic job for his client here, but the client really tries to screw it up.
Esom is charged with 1 count of license plate illegal use, and today is the date set for review. Appearances, please.
Jennifer O'Driscoll on behalf of the probation department.
And Ryan Murad, PA 3665, on behalf of Mr. Tony Esom. Mr. Esom, can you please state your name for the record, sir?
Tony Esom.
Today is the date set for review. Ms. O'Driscoll.
Good morning, Your Honor. The defendant was sentenced to a 6-month term of probation on August 12, 2021. He was ordered to attend and complete the marijuana intervention program, which he did complete. He was ordered to submit to a random drug urinalysis. He has not been compliant with that. The few times that he has submitted, he's tested positive for marijuana, and he does not have a valid medical marijuana card. During this term of probation, he's only tested 4 times, and every one of those was positive for marijuana. Other than that, he's provided proof of education. And he's paid his court costs, fines, and fees in full. I did do his background check, and he has had no new criminal justice contact. There's no active warrants or anything. He doesn't have any tickets or anything here. That's where we stand today.
All right, counsel.
So, Your Honor, we do agree with the probation department's assessment here. I guess.
Okay, some of you already know this, but Judge Bryant is not a fan of medical marijuana. I did a whole video on it. She has her own playlist. I'll put a card or something in there. It's Lynise Bryant's Greatest Hits. But on there, I had a video called This Is Not Treatment or something like that. She does not like medical marijuana. And the attorney here knows it. and he knows his client's in a bad spot, who's done everything else right, but he can't stay away from the marijuana. So he has this awkward argument where he's trying to tailor us to the judge so his client doesn't get whacked for it.
I would have to ask for a recommendation. I know he's done everything other than the test issue. I think that's probably the court's biggest concern with Mr. Esom. And I have to defer to the court's wisdom, Your Honor. I think typically what the court will do in these matters would be to adjourn for more testing. Mr. Esom, he wants the court to know that he did pay his costs and fines off, Judge. He used his savings for it and indicates he doesn't have any money to get a medical marijuana card. So that's his issue there. So I think the only other option is to not use marijuana. And that's kind of where we stand today, Judge. I would, of course, like the court to discharge Mr. Esom, but I don't think the court may be inclined to do that given my understanding of the court's policy regarding drug testing. So we do have to defer a bit to the court's wisdom here and help come up with a plan for Mr. Esom to come into full compliance with his probation.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah, the attorney was very gentle there because he knows exactly how Judge Bryant, he's been before. He knows exactly how she feels about this scenario.
Okay.
I've been advising Mr. Easton that he can't use marijuana for quite a while now until he has to test. He was instructed to get that medical marijuana card. If he needed it, he said that he was not going to ever stop using marijuana. He had no intention and will not stop that. I know he says he's in financial straits as of right now, can't pay for that testing. However,
He can't be in too much financial straits. He buying weed.
yeah. And then on, November 11th of 2021, he attempted to purchase a pistol and obtain a CPL, which was denied through NCIC. So he had to have some money for that.
Listen, people make up their mind what they want to do. Mr. Esom said he never gonna stop smoking weed. That's fine. That's a personal choice that he has a right to make. And here's my personal choice. I'm going to revoke the probation, and then he can just go to jail. And when he get out, he can smoke weed again. That sounds like a good solution for me. So what day is he going to report?
So, Judge, given the court's position there, I wish to no longer defer to the court's wisdom regarding a recommendation.
Why? He told Miss O'Driscoll. Let me tell you what he told Miss O'Driscoll. He's basically told Miss O'Driscoll, I don't give a darn about that judge or this probation. I'm going to smoke weed because I want to smoke weed. And since I'm going to smoke weed because I want to smoke weed, the judge is going to do what she want to do because she want to do it, which is I'm going to revoke the probation, and then we just go to jail. And when they say what I'm in for, he can say, when they ask him what he in for, he can say, because I decided that I don't care what the judge say, I'm going to smoke weed.
So, Your Honor, I know Mr. Esom really wants to address Your Honor, and I'm going to invite him to do so, but I just like to say one thing first. I think Mr. Esom is fully capable of not indulging in marijuana.
I know he's capable, but he's not willing.
And I'm going to let him speak on that, Judge. It seems like he really wants to say something. I'm going to ask Mr. Esom, if you are going to address Your Honor, to do it with the utmost respect. And if I jump in to cut you off, Mr. Esom, it's because I'm trying to protect your rights, sir.
I can talk. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I didn't say that I was never going to stop. I said that I was having seizures, and that was the only thing that keep my mind, brain down, provoke me from having seizures. I never just said, I don't care, and no, I'm, never that. I told her the reason why, and I told her I was having seizures, and they calmed me down. She told me to get the marijuana card. I told her I paid for my savings and stuff with that, and I when I get the money for that, then I would get the marijuana card. I never just said, I don't care, I'm not gonna stop. I told her I have.
All right, it keeps coming up here. Marijuana is legal in the state of Michigan for recreational use. However, he's been ordered to not do it as a bond condition. So just sort of like alcohol is legal and they can order you to not drink as a bond condition. So that's really not it. She's still rolling with this and she doesn't believe in medical marijuana. The thing is, you'll see how it works out, but you're fighting an uphill battle with someone who's not a believer in this stuff to begin with.
Seizures and stuff. They keep me from having the seizures.
So given that, Judge, and also me and Mr. Easom are working on him getting gainful employment pretty soon. We're going to touch base on that this afternoon. I'm going to ask the court to adjourn the matter. In the meantime, I'm going to have a conversation with Mr. Easom, Your Honor, regarding if what he's saying is holding up about seizures. He needs to have that heard from a doctor, and he's going to have to go to the doctor, get that prescription for a medical marijuana card through a doctor, if that's the route we're going to go here. If not, then we must find another alternative. I'm just going to ask the court to have some mercy on Mr. Easom. Give us one more opportunity here.
This is a very smooth kick save of the situation. He knows the judge. He knows that she's actually got a big heart, but he knows that the things just went the wrong way so far, and he's very, very smooth in giving her an opportunity to give him a chance.
Adjourn this matter for 30 days, Judge. Let me get with Mr. Easom and develop a plan on either obtaining a medical marijuana card legitimately or finding an alternative means to treat any medical condition that he may have.
This is what I'm going to do. So believe it or not, as much as I am against medical marijuana for most things, for 95% of the stuff that people come on here with that lie that they need medical marijuana, seizures are actually one of the things that I think have been verified, that not the weed, it's the whatever it is, what's in there, the THC.
Yes, sir.
That I think seizures and glaucoma and some cancers.
That's where we're headed.
Are the only few things, not those back aches and elbow aches and headaches and all that foolishness.
Agreed.
So
He's
what I'm going to
excellent.
do is adjourn Mr. Easom. And I want Mr. Easom to, notwithstanding the fact that he doesn't have a medical marijuana card, because he should have a medical marijuana card. However, since marijuana is there, since marijuana is legal in certain portion doses, which he's probably going over. Let me just be clear. He's probably going over. But if he gives proof that he has seizures, if he gives me medical proof that he has seizures, I won't violate him. So who said that he has seizures? Like, he has to have had some diagnosis somewhere. If his doctor says he has seizures, then I actually won't violate him on the marijuana.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to text Mr. Easom right now and have him get me some sort of proof of a diagnosis or letter from a doctor, and maybe we can take that up with the court at the adjourned date, Judge.
All right, so let's just adjourn for 30 days. And
All right. Well, coming up here, I'm going to need a ruling from you guys. Tell me in the comments. His client starts talking, and the defense attorney seems horrified. I know I would be, because he just talked his client out of jail. And the last thing he wants is his client to say anything right now. He got an adjourned date, so he got a continuance so that he can get proof that he's got seizures, and the marijuana helps his condition to get a card. That fixes everything for his client. And he's just thinking, please don't open your mouth. The client does, and he looks like he's yelling, but you can't hear him. So I'm wondering if he's talking directly to his client or not. Just tell me what you think.
if he can get that proof, I'm going to discharge him.
All my proof, I like everything. I have paperwork. I have my medication. I have like all the paperwork,
Like right there.
And go ahead and send whatever you have to me. We'll present it to
everything. Like all my medication, they got me on. Like, it's
All
the
right.
truth.
That's good. I'm glad it's the truth. So let's do, since he said he already has it, let's just put him for the 21st. January 21st. And then he can get you that, Mr. Murad, and then we'll take it from there. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right. So you're all set till January 21st. Get that stuff to Mr.
I'm
Marrakush.
about to send it to him right now as soon as I hang it.
All right. Okay.
Judge, if that's the case, if he can send it right now with the court.
I gotta go, Mr. Marrakush. January 21st.
That's asking
All
a bit
right.
much.
Have a great day, Mr. Esom. Stay safe.
Okay, you too.
Thank you, Mule. And absolutely correct. Shut up. You just avoided jail. It's not time to be talking. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. I just had fun. I had to go through the hardest part with that was editing it out, but I just think she is so fun. It was sort of a mix, but we sort of had the long hearing at the end regarding the medical marijuana. I knew that was good, but I also liked all the cat herding and her being absolutely out of her mind with the Galaxy guy. I just enjoy her. She's full of personality, but I ultimately think she's a good judge and her heart's in the right place. It's just her call is entertaining. That's all there is to it.